This is the Surly Grognards for March 12th, 2019. This is Peter Bowman, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, Eric Carlson. Eric, we are back.
I know, shocking, isn't it?
It's been... Jeebus, did I say March... What? It's March 12th, by the way.
Yes.
I don't know if I said that correctly. My brain is...
I don't remember.
Anyways, it's been nearly 4 months, actually, since we last recorded an episode of this Stomp.
Well, 2 weeks for me. Time dilation.
You are moving faster than the speed of light?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, all right then.
That's what happens as you go skimming across the event horizon of a black hole.
Indeed.
On a surfboard. Naked and silver at the time.
I see. I was going to say. So you got your Jack Kirby's stash, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I see.
Something like 40-year-old acid.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, it's been a while between the holidays, me moving, and then us, between those and then...
Just generally sucking at our jobs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a case of, we didn't do it for a while for those reasons, and then, I had to settle in after my move, and...
We sort of fell into the habit of not doing it.
it.
Then one day we're like, wasn't there a thing we used to do on Tuesdays?
I mean, other than the occasional episode of 3 Men in Anime?
Yeah.
I don't know, was there? I don't remember.
I don't know. There was a thing.
Like, it had something to do with, like, games or something?
It's ridiculous. No one plays games.
You're right. What was I thinking? Yeah, so at any rate, we're back. We're going to try to do this more often. So we don't really have a particular topic other than what the hell have we been up to for the past 4 months?
Yeah, no shit.
And the answer to that is both a lot and not much.
Yeah, standard shenanigans for us, really.
Mm-hmm. Tabletop gaming wise, for me, I've been up to 2 things tabletop wise. One, I have been playing in a excuse me, Feng Shui 2 game.
Cool.
Which I think I mentioned ages ago.
I think you remember you mentioning it.
And it's still going on. We're actually playing it through the magic of the interwebs now, in much the same way that Leland plays in your Monday crew.
Yep.
Except I'm the virtual player.
I hope you're playing a hacker of some sort.
I'm playing an everyman hero.
Okay.
If we were playing Shadowrun, that would be much more, a hacker or a rigger would be much more apt. But I'm playing an everyman hero.
Cool.
An auto mechanic who is very clearly played by Sammo Hung.
Obviously. That would be the correct answer for who played you, honestly. I mean, it doesn't matter what you're playing. Are you playing the sexy femme fatale? You're being played by Sammo Hung. Because now I just have this image of Sammo Hung in silk stockings and a little black cocktail dress, looking very uncomfortable, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, thing is, I could see him doing it.
Yeah, no, I could totally see it being in one of his movies.
I decided to go Sammo Hung for this, or my inspiration for it, just because he's probably one of the most underappreciated Hong Kong action stars.
Yeah.
That actually got traction. There are a few of them that didn't get as much traction, like Yun Biao, who's phenomenal. He's one of the... There's a trio of them that were really good friends from the Hong Kong opera, and all of them got into movies. One of them became a megastar. One of them was Sammo Hung, who became merely a star, and the third was Yun Biao, who was big in China, but not so much outside of there. The one who became a megastar was Jackie Chan.
I'm shocked.
Sammo didn't make it as big as Jackie.
He did. He was in a lot of Jackie Chan movies, though.
He was in a bunch of stuff with Jackie. He did get his own TV show in the West.
Did he? I don't remember.
Martial Law. He played a San Francisco cop, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
It was actually a fun show. It got like 2 seasons.
I don't remember much about it, but I remember it existing.
Mm-hmm. It was a reasonably fun show. It was decent. It wasn't amazing, but it was Sammo Hung playing a detective on television. I mean,
yeah, I mean that's cool.
So yeah,
cool. What else have you been up to? Tabletop was.
I've been very, 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 very slowly working on a new D&D setting.
Hooray!
For a eventual D&D game that I'm going to run with with most if not all of the Friday crowd. It's just that I've got to actually finish it and get like my ideas that are floating around in my head into words, actual words in like text and like images and stuff. And
trust me, I totally understand.
Oh, I know.
Actually crystallized. Like I've been there more times than I care to count.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been frustrating, honestly, but I'm making slow progress. The fact that I'm making any at all is actually a big step. So
yes.
Ugh. So yeah, eventually that will happen, and eventually there will be a 5th Ed D&D game involving that on stream.
Hooray!
But I don't know when that'll be because I don't know when I'm going to finish. But I have ideas.
We look forward to the inevitable game.
I have ideas. I've put some of them down on paper, as it were. Eric has seen some of them.
Yes. Some neat ideas in there. I look forward to fucking with them.
I managed to make a sun god Eric was actually interested in.
Well, he's called the Nameless King. That's right there. The name's got me. Cool. Yeah, my tabletop's been a bit more involved, honestly. Like
well, I'm not surprised you've actually been playing.
Yeah. I've been doing the Sunday 40K stuff.
Right.
Since we last did it, the Orc Codex had just came out, and now they're back. The Gene Stealer Cult Codex, my other army, just came out.
Oh,
so I've been trying to wrap my head around the Gene Stealer Cult, who has always been a finesse army, or now even more so. With they don't fight fair. They're all dirty tricks and filthy cheating shenanigans, and I have not managed to squeeze a win out of them yet.
Oh dear.
Largely because it's so many interlocking parts that when something throws a gear, everything falls apart. So it's an unforgiving army, which is fine. I'm down with that.
Oh, I'm aware. Yeah. Though from what you were saying a little while back, the orcs have been pretty good for you so far.
Oh, the orcs have been great for me. Like the orcs are just like loads of fun. I never not have any fun. Sometimes my opponent doesn't.
Oh dear.
But it's a great intuitive codex that plays the way that lets me play the orcs the way I want to, which is a Mad Max horde of crazy bikers and buggies.
Awesome.
And have it actually be good, not like competitive winning tournaments good, but will win games in a moderately like competitive environment good.
Solid. Not bad.
And I've stumbled across a couple combos. I'm just like, I am not bringing this in a casual game.
That is totally reasonable.
Yes. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned this. Like after 40K, my roommate Roach and I have been playing Gloomhaven, the Legacy board game.
I've heard. You mentioned that your roommate had gotten it, but you had mentioned you played it yet.
We've actually been playing it Sundays.
Cool.
Him and his girlfriend, and it's actually a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. And I was worried about the whole Legacy game. You know, I've played Legacy games before, but like there've always been someone else's copy that I didn't have to like worry about that. And this also isn't my copy, so I don't have to worry about it either. But but the oh, it's just like the fact that the game is permanently changed. There's no replay value in it. That's doesn't seem to be entirely true with Gloomhaven in that. Not that like there's ways to rewind. You can always go back and replay a scenario type of deal, but like there's just so much fucking shit in it. Like Jesus Christ.
So by the time you've gotten through all this stuff and no longer have replayability, you'll have got by and far gotten your money out of it.
Yes.
Money, time,
probably,
and entertainment.
Probably more so. Like
oh yeah.
Like, and when we're finished with Gloomhaven, chorus of laughter.
Well, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Assuming that you can finish to get it playing through all of it.
Yeah. And it's just like a dungeon crawly like co-op adventure with actually relatively smartly done baddies, because they actually have like an AI deck. You draw a card for each type of baddie.
Mm-hmm.
They each have their own AI deck, and they will act intelligently, and if randomly. So like they will default to who's closest, who was quickest in initiative order, because you are also playing cards from your hand that will determine your initiative as you go.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And yeah, it's been a lot of fun and challenging.
Very cool.
I don't think we've lost several scenarios so far, and we haven't one yet that didn't come down to us like barely scraping by the skin of our teeth, which is always awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely a plus.
Plus the Monday Star Wars game. So.
Right. Cool. Sounds like fun.
Yeah. So that's been my tabletop stuff.
Yeah.
So last night's Star Wars game was actually kind of funny because so we're on Lock because Chris is currently running. So of course we're going to end up on the Pirate Planet Lock.
Of course.
He loves that place.
I'm aware.
And one of our characters is playing a former ISB agent. And by former, I mean literally, like, due to political shenanigans, got framed and thrown in the same prison ship as us, and like is now part of the crew because what else is he gonna do?
Right.
So as we're fucking around on the pirate planet, continually getting distracted from the actual job we're supposed to be doing, he stumbles across information about an Imperial op that ties in with my mad droid kleptomaniac mechanic, effectively having found an old Imperial security droid that I want to purchase or possibly steal. These are both equal possibilities here.
Fair.
Hannah's character, the ISB agent, goes, "Hey, that ties in with what I'm doing over here. I bet there's still an intact memory core, which is why they're going to try to steal it from us." By steal it from us, I mean from the Jawa that we were going to steal it from.
Oh, the poor Jawas.
So, the actual ISB agent, the one actually working for the Imperium at the moment, kills the Jawa and lays an ambush for the crew when they go and grab it. I'm working on repairs for the ship because it got shot up earlier. And, like, listening in on their comms, like, there's an ambush. And the droid's not there. I bet they've already got a guy heading back to their ship with it. Let's go set up an ambush for them there with my army of incompetent droids. Actually, I just brought the one pirate droid with me. We set up a booby trap on the tramp to his own ship, shocked him, and then yoinked the broken droid. So, and then flew away. It was kind of Keystone Cops meets Shadowrun in space.
So what you're saying it was a Chris Star Wars adventure.
Literally, the word yoink was uttered several times.
Yeah, as I said, literally that sounds like fairly typical Chris Stevens Star Wars from my experience. There was a lot of that in the game he ran that we played in.
I'm breaking in and out there, dude.
My connection looks pretty solid. Let's both try disconnecting and reconnecting.
Let's do that right quick.
Sorry, folks. Technical issues here. We'll be right back into these. Oh, Discord needed to update. That's what it was. Okay. Sorry for the delay here, folks. And if you're listening to the recording for this, I do apologize. But it won't be very long. Discord updates are very quick usually.
There you are.
Yep, Discord needed an update for me.
Ah, I see. Okay.
But we're back.
Hooray!
It sounds like the connection's better.
Yes.
Excellent. So yeah, as I was saying, it sounds a lot like a fairly typical Chris Stevens Star Wars game.
It honestly sounds like a fairly typical Chris Stevens game. Always entertaining. Does great stuff with linking it up with with other people's characters.
Mm-hmm.
You will always be involved in scummery.
Yeah, and that whole sort of Shadowrun plus Keystone Cops thing it happens a lot in his game in the Star Wars stuff that I've played in.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. And yeah, I really enjoy it when Chris runs. Unfortunately, he burns out much quicker than he usually does lately. So, hence the rotating game masters.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just been a little difficult for me when it's my turn running, simply because came with the realization I don't care about Star Wars anymore. Kind of burned out the franchise.
Yeah, we both sort of mentioned a while back. We were talking that we're both kind of Star Wars out a bit. For me, I honestly, part of it was the Star Wars campaign I ran kind of was the final dregs for me. Also, just the sheer quantity of Star Wars stuff that's been coming out. It's like,
yeah, no, that's pretty much what I attribute it to. And like, it's just,
had you told me that there'd be so much official Star Wars stuff coming out that I'd be sick of it. If you told me that in the early 90s, I'd have called you a damn liar.
Yeah, no shit.
What are you talking about? How can there possibly be too much Star Wars? Oh god, there's too much Star Wars.
Yeah, just a little bit of franchise fatigue, shall we say? I don't even have a good point to a place I can point to. Like
no, there isn't. I mean, there isn't one for me. Yeah. And honestly, the thing is, I mean, all the Star Wars stuff I've seen, I've liked. It's just that there should have been so much of it. I'm like, and I admit part of it is just
drowning in it.
Yeah, part of that, and part of it is just I'm just tired of people complaining about Star Wars.
I don't get involved with fandoms anymore.
I try not to.
Every fandom's a toxic shitstorm nowadays.
I try not to, but I can't help but hear it sometimes. I'm just like, oh god, just shut up. You didn't like it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine. You don't have to like something. But like, oh my god, you don't have to keep going on and 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 on. Oh.
Yeah, and that's true for a lot of the fandoms. I haven't run into it so much with Star Trek. I think it's largely because the fandoms pretty much agreed Discovery's not great, but it's what we got.
Yeah, that's sort of it was getting kind of toxic for a while, but it sort of died down a bit, and people just said, it's what we have. And then
pretty much.
And also they started there started rumors, the whole thing about the new Patrick Stewart show started being talked about, and they're like, okay, intriguing.
Axnar's back on track. I'm not sure exactly how that's happening, but
okay, cool. I didn't hear that, but that's good news. Yep. Glad to hear that. But yeah, no. But I'm fairly certain that whenever some new Star Trek, if a new Star Trek movie comes out, there will be somebody complaining about it vocally.
Yep. Might even be me.
I mean, hell, we complain bitterly about Into Dumbness.
bitch so much about into dumbness. I mean, not without cause, but at least we let it go when we were finished.
Oh yeah, like honestly, it's like yeah, and I will also say, other than like the person who wrote the script and the person who directed it, we didn't start going crazy about. I don't think we attacked any of them personally either. Like maybe
I don't think so, simply because it's not our MO. But
right, exactly.
I'd not be surprised if I like went on a rant without realizing it.
Sure, but for the most part, it's like yeah, we thought they did a bad job writing it and directing it. Done.
Yeah.
The script was we thought the script was bad and we thought it wasn't well directed for the most part.
Pretty much. Great art direction.
The art when you could see it.
Yeah. The cinematography is great when you could see it. But yeah, other than that,
acting was good.
Yep. The actors all knew what the hell they were doing.
Yep.
Cumberbatch was wasted.
Yes. But yeah, no, that's yeah. I mean, there's no reason to go on any more of a rant than that, really. I mean, and again,
yeah, and
we said our piece, and we're mostly done. I mean, like
we're mostly done with it, except for this last piece right here. But yeah, it's just fandoms in general are just gotten really toxic.
Yeah, well, it's a case of just it's easier to communicate with the people who agree with you.
Yes, that's the whole it's the whole echo chamber problem.
Yeah, and that's the part. That's a good part. That's a large part of it. Yep. Well, it's the fact that it's easier to get into one.
Yep.
Into an echo chamber, and that's
not just easy. It will happen without you realizing it.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, again, people tend to prefer to talk to people who agree with them.
Sure, and that's true, but also just like various media you consume, like algorithms will be like, you enjoyed this, here is more like that, and yeah, it will just happen without you realizing it.
Yep.
You have to go out and seek other options, like actively do so.
Yeah. I mean, and that's one of the things I will say. That's one of the things I do enjoy about what we do with the 3-Minute Anime Show is that we do choose stuff that we aren't sure everyone in the group's going to like sometimes.
Yep.
And sometimes we see things that surprise us. That someone's getting surprised by, and sometimes we don't.
Killing Bites.
Yeah. Actually, we were surprised by Killing Bites.
That's true.
We were surprised by how much worse than it was than we thought it was going to be.
I was looking forward to just a crazy, silly romp involving like sexy lycanthropes and murder. It was not good.
Like it just failed on so many levels.
Yeah.
Like not the least of which is okay. If you're gonna have a death battle fighting thing, could you at least make the fight choreography interesting? No.
Yeah.
Oh.
At least do something with the characters, to use the term lightly, so that we give the least bits of shits about them, even if we're looking forward to watching them get gutted.
There's exactly one character we were really looking forward to getting gutted, and they did.
Yes.
He totally deserved to have what happened to him.
He deserved it. And that was funny and hilarious to watch.
Now, the way they set up him deserving it was overkill.
Yeah.
They went overboard with it. But at any rate, yeah. But my point sort of is more, though, that there have been several shows that we've done that, I mean, I will say flatly, like, I knew that Dragon Maid would not be a show that was not in your wheelhouse.
Right. Well, that's largely because I just don't have much of a stomach for what's the word I'm looking for slice of life. That's almost entirely what that show is.
Yeah, and I will also say I think you would have that show would have worked better for you, and you would have enjoyed it more had you watched it at most one episode a week.
Yeah, that's a show I really need to take in 15-minute chunks. Honestly.
Yeah, sure, I totally could see that. But even that, there was stuff you found and you enjoyed in it. I mean,
sure. Like the characters were, on the whole, well written and interesting. I just want them to do something besides dick around their apartment.
And that's fine. No, seriously, but that's sort of my point though, is that we go outside our comfort zone occasionally.
Yes.
We try to stick to things that are outside our comfort zone that are actually good if we can. Sometimes we screw up.
Yep.
Sometimes or the time, Kuroko no Basketball I picked, knowing that the animation wasn't great, but I wasn't sure how bad it actually was, because I'm not actually that. Animation is not the animation quality is not the first thing I notice when I'm watching an anime. Weirdly,
Right.
I get sucked more into the writing and the characters and what's going on.
Sure, and I totally get that. That is a legitimate way to consume your media.
Oh yeah. As is your love of watching the actual animation and the cinematography of it.
Yep.
And
it's not like it's an important part of the way I consume it. But I've watched shows with mediocre animation before, so
sure. No, Kuroko had the audacity to be actually good at its animation in very small spurts every now and then.
Yeah. Which is infuriating. Just absolutely infuriating.
I know you could do this! But
Speaking of shows with middling animation that I actually really enjoyed, The Dragon Prince on Netflix. Jesus Christ, that first season just made me want to punch things. But it was well written with great character design and good characters, and yeah, just Jesus Christ, dude, it's CG. Buy a frame, do something, but the computer does all the work between the keyframes. That's why you're using a computer. Buy some extra frames.
Yeah. I still haven't watched it yet. I've been keep meaning to, and I just haven't gotten around to it. There's just so much stuff so much stuff I've been going through.
No, yeah, tons of stuff on everybody's plate.
Oh yeah, totally.
I love the internet. As much as I hate it, I love it, because I can watch whatever I want with a friggin' mouse click.
Yeah.
Just don't look at the comments section.
Oh God, no, don't. I mean, our comment section is fine.
Yeah.
When people actually bother to post it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say that.
No, we just don't have a lot of people post it, and that's
Yes,
fine. I mean, we don't have a ton of viewers. Let's be real. I mean, which is again fine.
Yep.
But yeah, no. Yeah. So I'm trying to think what else has been going on. What else have I watched that's of note in the past few months? Is a question. There's got to be something I've seen recently that I hadn't seen before. I know there has. I'm just blanking on what it was.
Something else I saw, Into the Spider-Verse. Saw that in the theater. Totally worth going to see in the theater. You can't anymore.
I know, and
it was great, and I loved it, and I loved every second of it, and I'm going to buy it as a physical copy eventually.
Cool. I intend to watch it when it comes out on a streaming service.
Yes.
I do want to watch it.
That is honestly how I watch most stuff now, so I can't blame you.
Yeah, there was some stuff let me see if there's anything I hadn't watched recently. Oh, I have been watching the new season of JoJo, Part 5. It's been a lot of fun. It's good stuff. It's JoJo. I mean,
yeah, it's JoJo. I cannot watch I cannot marathon JoJo. I need to sit and digest each story arc.
Oh yeah, sure. We will eventually go back and watch Part 4.
Yep.
But it'll be. I definitely want to. I mean, definitely want to give you and Gav time to recover after we went through Part 3, which is the longest part.
Right. Again, Dio's best girl.
Dio is great. I have to say, okay, this is a little okay. If you have not seen JoJo's Part 3, this will be a little bit spoilery. But I want to mention this because you and Gab's reaction to the realization of what Dio's stand does, and then realizing what that meant for the staircase scene between him and Polnareff.
That was just hilarious.
The two of you could not stop laughing for like 5 minutes as you realized exactly what Dio had been doing.
I could totally see him doing that kind of petty bullshit because he thinks it's funny.
It's Dio, of course he did. Totally doing that to screw with Polnareff? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Especially since it's Polnareff.
Who is smart like Hammer. Sharp as a bag of hammers stuck in a block of resin.
That reminds me of Super Eye Petrol had a great line about stands in in his video on why you should watch Part 3, which was, anything could have a stand. A dog, a monkey, a bird, even a Polnareff. Even Polnareff, and it's like, oh, dude. I mean, yeah, but dude. Don't get me wrong, I love Polnareff. He's a great character, but
yeah,
not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
No.
I mean,
the dog was smarter than Polnareff.
Well, yeah, Iggy's pretty smart. I mean,
Iggy was smarter than half the people there, honestly.
But yeah, the boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball, round on all edges. One of my favorite Foghorn Leghorn quotes. Man. I know I've watched something new, reasonably new in the past 4 months, and I'm just blanking what it could be.
Reincarnated slime.
Well, yeah. I've been watching that. Obviously, the Times Reincarnated Slime, which is there are two anime series with phenomenally stupid titles that are actually actively good. The Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime and Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, both of which are just fantastic. I will say, Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai is probably a better overall show in terms of pure writing quality.
I absolutely agree with that. It's not as digestible as...
No, it is not.
Yeah.
And Reincarnated Slime, I will say it is noticeable that the pacing is the fast pacing has become more noticeable in the later episodes.
Yes.
It is actually beginning to feel a little rushed.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. I'm sort of like, guys could...
You could slow down a little. Just a little?
Yeah, you can slow down a little bit. There's also the fact that I find myself not giving too many shits about the about the kids. And maybe that's just because they haven't had a chance to develop them at all.
Yeah, they needed more. We needed more time with them. Is the problem?
I'm also just more interested in watching the main character continue to stumble into world domination while being a really nice guy about it.
Yeah,
it's like, this is how you accidentally take over the world and not be a dick about it. Eins, take notes.
Yeah, well, yeah. But yeah, I think part of it is part of I want to care about the kid. It's astonishing because they've managed to introduce characters that were around for not very long and make us give a shit about them. And they've not really managed to do that with the kids. I care a little bit, but I care because Rimuru cares, and Rimuru cares because Shizu cared, and that's the other reason I care is because Shizu cared. Who's right. One of those characters who's around for an episode and a half, and I gave a fucking crap about her.
Yes.
Oh my god, they did a brilliant job with that. And it's just not hitting the same... I think part of it is that there are 5 of them. There are 5 kids, and they have to divvy the time to get... Like, it's harder for it to get emotionally invested in 5 different characters in that short a period of time.
Yeah.
Is what I think it is. Where you could get invested in Shizu because it was her, just one character that we really wanted to get emotionally invested in.
Well, they also knew exactly how to play her in a limited amount of time.
Oh, sure.
They don't seem to know what to do with the kids nearly so well.
It's not, and again, I think that's because they have to divvy the time up amongst the 5 of them.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't care as much. But I'm still enjoying the show. It's still fun.
Yeah.
Rimuru is still a blast.
Yep.
I miss his droogs from the village, honestly,
yep.
a lot because
I really miss his droogs from the village. Gobta is my boy.
I miss Gob. I mean, we still have Ragnar, and Ragnar's great. I mean, yeah. Ragnar's best boy. He's a good
Gobta's
boy.
Best boy.
No, Ragnar's a good. Ragnar's. Come on.
He's a good puppy, but he is not best boy.
Oh no, he is. I like Gobta a lot too. Don't get me wrong.
He just sort of stumbles into badassery without realizing it.
Yes.
I love him for that. He's like, well, whoops. Okay.
But yeah, no, that's been a very good show. A bunch of the new anime has been very good, honestly. There's been a lot of really good stuff that's come out recently. I was just trying to think of some movies I'd seen recently that I hadn't mentioned in some time, and I can't think of what they were off the top of my head. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw Black Panther before the last episode we did.
You may have, but I don't think we talked about it.
We didn't? Oh, well, we should talk about Black Panther then. Bit late, but you know, because that was good.
Yeah,
I mean,
I really enjoyed Black Panther. And just I can't get over the Tolkien white people joke. Because it's hilarious. For those who don't know, the 2 primary characters who happen to be Caucasian in it both played in Lord of the Rings. In Lord of the Rings, it was Andy Serkis and I can't remember the other guy's
Martin
name.
Freeman.
Martin Freeman, thank you. And yeah, The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. I mean,
they're the Tolkien white people.
And that's a hilarious joke. I can't get over it.
It's a really good joke. And they were both extremely good.
Yes.
Unsurprisingly, because they're both very good actors. That whole movie was filled with good actors. I mean,
yeah, there was not a lot to complain about in that movie, honestly.
No, I had a blast watching it. I thought it was really smart. It got me emotionally invested in basically all the characters.
Yep.
It was a well done, good story.
Had an excellent sympathetic villain. Like the villain was great.
Yeah, like you understood and felt a little bad for Killmonger, but he was still the villain.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I feel bad for you. You still needed to lose. You still needed to get your ass kicked.
Yeah, I totally see where you're coming from. I see the logic that you're drawing from, and I see the emotional place where you're coming from.
Your methodology is so wrong, it's not funny.
Like, so, and the fact is, he largely gets the moral victory out of that because Wakanda becomes involved in the world and starts working towards, well, not his intended goal, not his stated goal.
What he probably would have actually wanted had he not
been named Killmonger.
Basically, yeah. Well, had he not taken the life path he took, I mean,
yeah,
the shitty, awful life path that he took.
He had
not all of which was his own choice. Some of it was. I mean, that's the thing, is that there were chunks of what the awful things did that were his choice. So,
absolutely. Like he chose to volunteer. He chose to join the military. He volunteered to for the Black Ops stuff. He did all the things that he would order to with relish.
Yeah. So,
Like, he was a bad man. He made some bad choices. You can see exactly how he made those choices.
Yep.
And you feel for him.
It's like, wow, I feel bad for I can also understand why someone might not feel bad for him too. Like, I get that.
Sure.
Like, it makes total sense. He was an awful person.
Yeah, he was literally a genocidal maniac.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
who literally burned the future of Wakanda in order to retain his own temporal power.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a good movie.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah. I still haven't seen the more recent Marvel films. I have to get around to doing that. Basically, I saw Black Panther. That's the last one. That's the last one I've seen.
Infinity War is on Netflix.
I know. I
totally
just
worth
have
watching.
not gotten to watching it yet. It's on my list of things I'm going to watch. I just have to sit down and watch it.
Right.
I've been rewatching a lot of movies that I've been that I enjoyed. I mean,
right.
Part of this, I've been doing sort of, movie viewings with friends online, and so I've been choosing a lot of movies that I love and making sure that people who haven't seen them see them. It's like,
plus, it's you don't necessarily want the first viewing of a movie to be with a bunch of friends who are going to talk and chat during it.
Yes, that is actually largely why I have not been doing movies I have not seen yet for that.
Like, I learned that lesson. Especially if they've already seen it.
Yeah. But yeah, so, what else? What else have we been up to is the thing.
Let me see here. Gloomhaven, 40K, the Star Wars game. Rewatched Starship Troopers recently.
Oh, yeah?
That's a fun movie. And in pure Verhoeven style, says a lot more than it wants you. It's a movie that you can enjoy on the, like, brain dead, ha ha ha, look at all the bugs exploding level, and be perfectly satisfied with it. And then you can go and, like, start peeling back layers and looking at, like, other stuff and looking for deeper meaning. And it's there, and it doesn't fall apart, and I love that. It's the opposite of a J.J. Abrams film.
Oh, man. So, okay, got a question for you then.
Sure.
What new media that's coming out in the near future are you most looking forward to?
MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries is coming out later in the year.
Ooh.
I'm really looking forward to that, simply because A, giant robots, B, cooperative co-op.
Cool.
No, or cooperative campaign.
Yep.
Which is really cool.
Very cool.
Shit, there was other stuff I was... Vinland Saga anime adaptation is supposed to be coming out.
Yep.
Which should be cool. Like, Anime Vikings, I'm down.
Yep.
I know there's other shit.
I'm looking forward to... Yeah, I'm also looking forward to seeing Thorkel animated.
Yes.
That mad bastard. Holy cow. Season 2 of The Tick is coming out in the near future.
Cool. Very cool.
So looking forward to that immensely. In fact, they actually dropped a trailer for it a while back, and it was fun.
Oh, nice.
There's something else that's coming out soon that I was really looking forward to. Oh!
Yeah, I'm suddenly like... I just completely...
I will say there's one other show that we've been watching that we have... There are two other shows I've been watching, the new anime stuff that has been superlative.
Mob Psycho?
Mob Psycho Season 2 and Promised Neverland.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those two shows are really good. Really good.
I actually
Fucking
want
Studio Bones.
Yeah, oh, God, Mob Psycho's this season has been just mwah.
Yeah, just absolutely superb.
Have
Like
you seen
that
one
one fucking episode that we were watching together, and we were just like dead silent the whole time?
Yeah. Have you seen the episodes after that?
No, I have not. I'm kind of waiting for it to finish off so I can just shoot it straight into my veins and OD.
All I will say is somewhere in those episodes, I was reminded that, oh right, when Mob Psycho when shit gets real in Mob Psycho, shit gets real. I'd forgotten exactly. It's like, oh yeah, oh, dang, yeah. But yeah, the Mob Psycho season has been great. And Promised Neverland has been, the manga
Best
was really good.
Show of the year. Promised Neverland is the best new cooking show of the year.
It might be one. It's a good gag, good joke, Eric. It might be the best show of the year. Period.
Yeah.
It right now for me. It's that or Mob Psycho, season 2.
Yeah.
We've been watching it. Eric Gavin and I've been watching it episode weekly before our Saturday viewings for the podcast. And we've been blown away by the cinematography, honestly.
Yeah. The cinematography, it's not the most subtle or heart-wrenching moments of animation in there. That goes to fucking episode 5 of Mob Psycho. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
It just kept getting better.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the writing and the constant mounting tension and the twists and turns and plotting and counterplots and yeah.
I just want to say though, they do something in Promised Neverland that I can't remember seeing it done this way in anime, where it makes you feel like you're watching something that's being filmed on a camera.
Yes.
Like when I say cinematography, I actually mean cinematography.
Yeah, the way they move the camera about and the way they've blocked out their environments, it's really
like there were moments we were sort of saying this is reminiscent of Kubrick.
Yes.
I mean, not as good as Kubrick, but because
it's fucking Kubrick.
Also, they don't have to do 8 billion takes with the same actor over and over again.
Yeah.
Because Kubrick was kind of a psycho.
Just a bit.
Just a little bit. But oh my God, Promised Neverland's just been, again, I read the manga. I love the manga. Holy cow, this adaptation has been just I did not think I was going to like it. I did not think I was going to be as impressed as much by it animated as I have been.
I watched the first episode on a whim. I'd heard some buzz about it, and everyone was like, "Yeah," and we can't talk about it. I'm like, "Oh, it's going to be one of those. I'm either going to love it or hate it." Oh no, I love it. I love it.
I was pretty sure you were going to. The problem is, it is one of those rare shows where I think knowing what's actually happening and the actual premise doesn't actually hurt the show at all. But there is something, there's an experience you won't get without going into it cold.
Yeah.
Like if you knew everything about, like, again, I've read the manga, so but like going into, like, so I didn't go into the first episode cold. I knew what was going to happen, so it clearly wasn't ruined. I thought it was still thought it was amazing. But like just that whole moment of realization of what actually is happening is,
yeah. And I was like, something's happening. Something is clearly happening.
Oh yeah, totally. They make it is very clear that something is up. TM.
Right.
Because, dear God, they're good at building tension and dread in this show.
Yes.
there's something off. You know there's something off. I think part of it is because, we've got all these years of, when presented with something in cinema, in TV or what have you, when you were presented with something that is this idyllic and utopian, you immediately become suspicious.
Yes,
or at least I do.
Yes, it's the shorthand for like, well, something's clearly rotten at the core of this, and it's part of that whole shared cinematic shorthand that
yes.
we have as a global society.
Yep. I actually,
or at least a society that was raised on similar movie
yes.
stylings. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, some uncontacted tribe in the Congo is going to go, I didn't see it coming.
What? It wasn't. This wasn't a perfect orphanage where everybody loves each other and it's all great and happy. I never would have guessed. But in all honesty, though, I mean, and I think the counter to that, I think one of the reasons, like as a counterexample with Dragon Maid, one of the reasons that the family unit that happens between Kobayashi, Kana, and Toru feels somewhat believable is it is flawed.
Yeah, like, everything's not perfect and great.
Right. Kobayashi, she's not a perfect human being by any stretch of the imagination. They all have they all have their flaws. Kana maybe not, but
no, Kana's got some flaws. She's she is selfish and manipulative,
but not with the rest. But not really
but without malice.
Without malice, and generally not with Kobayashi and Toru. I mean, very early on, she is with them. She is. I mean, she is definitely selfish, but
right.
She moves past that with the two of them in a way that if she was actually a small child would be somewhat unbelievable, given that she is, a dragon and therefore at least a couple hundred years old.
This is true. And it is adorable watching her just sort of sneak up on small animals and stuff them in her mouth.
Yes. But yeah, Promised Neverland and Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 have just been superlative. Yeah. Wow. I really enjoyed The Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime, but
yep,
that's just that is just the fun popcorn show of the season. That is better than I thought it was going to be. It is way better than I thought it was going to be.
It had such a ridiculous, stupid title that I would never have gone near it if it hadn't been receiving such positive buzz. Mm-hmm. I was like, this is a stupid title. Fuck you, I'm not going near it. Really? Is it good? It can't be good. Oh, maybe I should check it out to see what the hell everyone's talking about. Oh, no, you got me. You got me, I'm in. Fine.
Let's see. But yeah, other than that, we've been watching stuff and playing various games and such. I've been playing video games mostly. Nothing really new. I started playing Star Wars: The Old Republic again recently, just for funsies. And it's really weird. The old Star Wars: The Old Republic. I'm not playing it because I particularly care about. Despite that I'm sort of Star Wars out. I'm enjoying it because I've really not been playing the typically Star Warsy characters. Just the fact that I've been one of the characters I've been playing a bunch recently was my my Sith Inquisitor. Which for some reason just doesn't feel particularly Star Warsy. I don't know why. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
And I've been enjoying it. I've been playing that. I've been playing the Bounty Hunter for a while. The Bounty Hunter story is one I want to like more than I do
I can see that.
There are parts that I really enjoy, but it's just sort of like I need breaks from it. Just because it's like, and I'm hunting down another target. Hooray!
You're being a bounty hunter. Shock.
Yeah,
Shock.
You know, it's just it feels like it's missing a little something compared to some of the other stories. Like it's missing the sort of from the types of stories that I enjoy, I should say. Like it doesn't have the twists and turns that either the Inquisitor or the Imperial Agent stories have.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have the madcap sort of heist romp feel that the Smuggler story has.
Sure, I totally get that, and I enjoyed it because it had a different kind of a heist for me, in that it's like, okay, so we need to get a target. How do we get to the target? Well, he's got all this stuff around him, so we get to these secondary targets, and then I'll draw out the primary target.
Oh, sure, no, I'm not saying it's bad.
But that kind of zaniness I enjoy.
Yeah. And it's fine. And I will say I like it better than most of the other Republic stories. Like, I want to like the Trooper story. It should be the Dirty Dozen in space.
Oh my God. I really wanted to like the Trooper. And it was just
It's so weird. It's so close yet so far.
Yeah, I was like, I don't care. I'm trying. I really am, but I don't care. I should care a lot more about my friggin' stormtrooper with a giant rotary blaster cannon. But I don't.
Yeah. The Jedi Knight story is more of Knights of the Old Republic, honestly.
Yeah, well, it's Jedi, so I cared even less than I usually do. The Sith Warrior, I was like, you're almost there. You're trying. You're almost there.
Yeah, my problem with the Sith Warrior story is I played it after playing through a chunk of the Sith Inquisitor story.
And
I'm like, oh.
See, I didn't play the Sith Inquisitor because I just have a just an instant aversion to, like, ooh, look at me, I'm a super cool wizard, space wizard. Look at me do all the cool Force stuff.
Yeah.
At least with the warrior, I can just Force choke people and, like, hit them with a lightsaber.
Sure, I have no issue with that. And if his story was more interesting,
yeah. Like I said, almost there. This seems to be my feeling for a lot of the Old Republic, honestly. Almost there.
A lot of it is almost there, honestly. I will say flatly, the Imperial Agent has the best story in the game, in my opinion. It is a well done, well thought out spy story. With twists and turns and betrayals, and not being entirely sure whether the side you're on is the right one, and whether you can trust your superiors. It's a nuanced, fairly well written spy story. I was really surprised by that. And the Sith Inquisitors, it's just, oh god. The big reveal of the first arc. What I think of the consular story. Nicole asks in the chat.
I didn't do the consular for exactly the same reason I didn't do the sorcerer, or the Inquisitor, and that was because space wizards. Except I don't even get the bonus of wearing a cool black robe and throwing lightning bolts.
You could wear the cool black robe. It's possible to do that, but you can't throw lightning bolts.
Gotta throw lightning bolts.
Yeah.
I
will say, being able to fling rocks at actual big rocks and chunks of machinery, people with telekinesis, that's cool.
That is pretty cool.
The problem is that your other sort of your channeled damage attack, the one that's the channeled force lightning, yeah, you're just flinging little pebbles and dust at people. It's like, this is really not satisfying.
Yeah.
That said, instead of force lightning, you get to cause earthquakes, so that's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
But the Consular story, I have not gotten far enough into it to have a full opinion on it. It's fine. It is trying to do something that, I will say this: it is more ambitious than the Jedi Knight story. But I don't know if it's done as well as the Jedi Knight story. And I liked it better. I like it better. What I played of it, I liked better than the Trooper story. The Trooper story the Trooper just
I really wanted to like the Trooper story.
It should be it's the Dirty Dozen in space and isn't engaging somehow. How did they do that?
I didn't give a shit about any of the companions. I did not give any shits about any of No, that's not true. I gave a shit about the combat droid. He was hilarious.
I didn't get to the combat droid.
Oh, okay.
I already saw the combat droid.
The combat droid is like so gun-ho patriotic, it's just funny.
My big problem with it is, okay, so you were screwed over. The rest of Havoc Squad, basically screwed you over and defected and left you to die. That sucks. Yep. Then you start working for the Republic Army and General Garza, and you realize why Havoc Squad defected and left the Republic. It's like I want to be more upset about being betrayed by them, but I kind of get it. Like, I wouldn't side with the Empire, but, like, goddamn, screw the Republic. Why do you people... what? Ugh! And Garza's just infuriating.
Yeah, the Republic's infuriating and corrupt and dumb. The Empire is infuriating, corrupt, and dumb. And that's why bounty hunters and smugglers are the best. They're just sort of like, you guys are paying the bills, right? Cool.
Well, yeah, it's also the reason why the Imperial Agent works well, because, you're playing a spy. So, like, the nuanced shades of gray thing actually makes goddamn sense. It actually feels like it has to be there in order for it to be a spy story. And, I will say Star Wars doesn't handle shades of gray particularly well sometimes. It can, but it takes a really deft hand.
Yeah, and Star Wars... That's not where Star Wars thrives either. Star Wars is all about the, like, black and white, good versus evil, space fascist versus, like, plucky rebels. That's where Star Wars thrives.
Mm-hmm. I will say also, I think I one of the things I've realized is over the years is I've sort of people have heard me sort of talk about like my feelings on the Jedi Order and the Sith and them being idiots because they
Both
are.
of them.
And
yes.
and like this, so I've seen several people when I've been playing this. I've been playing Star Wars: The Old Republic online and sort of talked about that a little bit. And people just say, "Oh, so you're a big fan of the Grey Jedi?" And my reaction is, "Hell no!" The problem is the underpinnings of Star Wars don't work unless there is some sort of form of black and white morality, and the dark side of the Force and the light side of the Force are sort of woven into that duality. And the dark side of the Force is bad. The light side of the Force is good. That's sort of the underpinning. The Sith, like, fundamentally don't understand their own code.
Yes.
And neither do the Jedi.
Yes. They're both wrapped up in their own dogma.
Right. And, like, the Sith are like, all the stuff they're talking about there in the Sith code does not say, and therefore you must use the dark side and be horrible, awful people. And and the Jedi are so dogmatic they pervert like what they're doing with the light side. It's like, oh my god! I've never seen people who have taken up what is basically the tenets of Buddhism and screw it up this badly. I mean, oh my god! At any rate, but yeah,
yeah, the Jedi are dumb.
Yeah.
Like the Jedi Order are dumb.
Yes.
The Sith are. The Jedi Order are dogmatic to the point of being myopic. The Sith are self-obsessed to the point of self-destructive.
There's so much about the Sith that you just look at and you go, I'm baffled by the fact they've managed to become a threat at all.
Yeah.
Just the structure.
I'm not. I'm not, because part of the deal with the Sith is they are also charismatic.
But they should have imploded by now. There's no logical way they can have survived given the way they structure the structure themselves. They are constantly betraying and stabbing each other in the back. That is, in reality, not stable. You cannot form a power base this way.
Stalin, Soviet Russia.
Yeah, that had one gigantic Titanic figurehead who didn't give anybody else any power.
This is true.
Which is not the case with the Sith.
Well, there's a reason why they ended up with there's only two rule.
But
no, I agree, and there's a significant amount of suspension of disbelief that needs to happen in general with Star Wars.
Yeah, oh, totally. No, I mean, I will say this: they've done a better job of it within the Old Republic MMO. Honestly, you can see this. You can see because not all the Sith are constantly screwing each other over. There are several of them who take a pragmatic view at how to keep an empire functional.
Yes.
Enough of them do that, and don't get caught up in the whole stupid Sith, blah ha ha, evil for evil's sake. I'm going to do horrible, awful things because that's what I'm supposed to do.
One of the things I
with
noticed
no goals. Yes.
Well, one of the things I've noticed with both the agent and the bounty hunter is that the Sith, the Empire functions on the Sith Empire functions on the back of the Imperial Army and its bureaucrats. The Sith go and they do their thing, and they are tolerated because you have to. They will kill you otherwise. But so much of the actual heavy lifting of running the thing is done by everyone else who just does their best to keep out of the Sith's way and humors them exactly as much as necessary to not get dead.
And there are there are members of the Dark Council. Like when you play through the Sith Inquisitor storyline, you end up on the Dark Council,
right?
And about a third to a half, I haven't decided yet entirely, of them actually understand what a political body is supposed to do. The rest of them are problems.
I'm certain that the rest of them also had the highest turnover rate.
Probably, yeah. But seriously, the Imperial Agent is just this Imperial Agent, you're sitting here going, you're watching as Darth Jadis, who's on the council, just utterly does his plan is so ridiculously stupid and is so counterproductive to the Empire, and you have to take him down, otherwise it's going to get the Empire destroyed, and then you get screwed over because of it. Because the Dark Council is like, oh, this agent is challenged and beat a Sith Lord. We have to make sure we have controls on them. Because we can never have that happen again. I mean, I can kind of understand that, but, by doing the thing you did, you actually enabled the Republic to actually force the agent into being a double agent. Whoops. Because Imperial mind control tech and your keyword got leaked. Oops. The Imperial Agent storyline's really good, actually. But yeah, you sit there, you stare at like some of the Sith Lords, and you're like, "Oh my god, you idiots! What are you doing?" And you play through the game. Like seriously, it's really interesting as you play through the game, and I would say, and you're playing Imperial side, 2/3 of the time that a Sith shows up in a position of authority in a given quest chain, your reaction is, "Oh God, they're going to screw everything up."
Yes.
And the third of the time it's not one of those, you are shocked to realize that they are rational and like, "Oh yes, you spared the life of this Republic agent. That's actually good for us." Wait. You're not angry that I did that. No, that's really good for us. That's a propaganda coup. Who are you and what have you done with a Sith Lord? I mean, seriously. Darth Lacris is just mind-boggling. Like, wait, what? Okay. And then if you go back and look what her actual orders to you are, she doesn't tell you to go kill the dude. She tells you to get proof the Republic's involved. And taking him alive is proof the Republic is involved. Oh, yeah. She actually gave you clear, rational goals that make sense and will achieve what she wants to do. How often does Sith do that?
Not often enough.
She's an effective villain, oh my god. At any rate, we should probably wrap things up here.
Yeah, I think we're getting to the end there.
So, we're back. We will try to do more episodes, and we'll try to do something with an actual topic next time.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do this much more regularly than we have been. And that,
more than once every 4 months. Shocking.
Yeah, no shit.
Thank you everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you have questions you'd like us to answer on the show, please feel free to send them to us. We try to block out time for answering viewer questions. We were not going to do that this episode. This is a get our feet back under us episode.
Yeah, this is basically getting our shit back together.
But if you've got questions you'd like us to answer on the show, please feel free to email them to us. Our email address is surlygrognards@yahoo.com. surlygrognards@yahoo.com. Or if you want to, you can post in the comments on YouTube. Because recordings of the show go up on YouTube. Usually within a day or so of the episode being recorded live. The show is recorded live on Tuesday evenings on twitch.tv/mechagm, usually starting about 7 p.m., but sometimes later. Actually, this timing will probably change. This schedule will probably have to change over the next, at some point, I'm guessing, but maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I tweet out when the show's going to go live. My Twitter handle is @mechagm. So check that out if you want to see when the show's going to go live. And that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. It's good to be back. Anything you want to wrap things up with, Eric?
We finally got our shit together. Sort of, maybe. We'll find out next week.
Say goodnight, Eric.
Good night, Eric.